All right, good morning. We have the next lesson. You do not have a notes packet for this. It is 10-2 in your book. Okay, so grab a notebook and paper so you can take some notes. Okay, we are going to simplify radical expressions. All right, now the word radical, we know what that is, okay? It's got to have a radical sign in it, square root sign, all right? So the first problem we're going to do is example 1 in your book, okay? So example 1, all right, is, the first one is square root of 80. All right, the way that you simplify this, okay, is the first thing we have to do is we have to break it down into its factors, its prime factors. You remember prime factorizations with the Christmas trees? Okay, so I'm just going to, and eventually you'll be able to do this in your head, but I'm just going to kind of break this down. Let's say 80 is broken down into 40 times 2, right? 40 is broken down into 5 times 8. Got to bring the times 2 down. And 8 is broken down into, I'm just going to put 2 times 2 times 2, okay? Because we know that that is, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. Bring this 2 down and bring your 5 down, okay? So, with this problem, and eventually, like I said, you'll be able to do this in your head. All right, how you simplify this now, kind of crazy. I've got a silly story for you. All right, is if you have, I kind of, the way I've taught it in the past is, this is kind of like a bars, like if you were in a jail somewhere, okay? Here's your bars, you can't get out. Unless you've got a buddy to take you out, to help you get out. All right, so how about this guy, number 2? He's got another number 2 to help him get out, doesn't he? So that 2 comes out front. And what I mean by out front, in just a minute, I'll show you. How about this 2? Does he have a buddy that's the same as him to help him out? Yes, he does. So then so this is just now 1 2 comes out. This is just now another 2 that comes out. This guy has to stay behind bars. All right, and then we have to simplify it one more time. 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 times the square root of 5 is a radical expression simplified. Okay? Now, if we did it on the calculator, let me get that turned on first. Okay, second square root of 5 equals times 4 equals. All right, this is just simplifying though, okay? This is just simplifying it. So this is your answers. If you look in your book, okay, that is the answer for simplifying, okay? It doesn't work if you do this times 4, okay? But it is a simplified process to do it, all right? So let's try 1b. 1b down underneath, okay, is now square root of 180. All right, well, let's stop the video, see what you can do. Okay, so it is, I'm going to take 18 times 10. Okay, so 18 times 10. All right, this breaks down into 2 times 5. 18 breaks down to, I'll do 3 times 6. Whoops, times 6. And then 6 breaks down into 2 times 3. So I got to bring everything else down. 2 times 5 times 3 times 2 times 3. Okay? So here we go. The buddy system to break out. All right? We've got 3 breaks out. Times. We've got 2. A pair of 2s breaks out. Uh-oh. 5 stays in again. So your answer is 6 square root 5. Okay? All right, let me see what I assigned for homework. All right, so let's do one that is example 2. Okay, so example 2, and I'm going to have to hurry up here so my video doesn't get too long. It is, let's do the one square root 5 times square root 10. Okay, square root 5 times square root 10 now. Now you have two terms. Okay, well, square root 5, there's nothing you can do with that, is there? Okay, but, well, I can say 5 times 1, right? Times, what is this? This is 5 times 2, isn't it? Okay, so actually we do have a 5 paired up. And then square root of 2 has to stay in. Okay, so 5 square root. What about another one there? Square root of 6 times square root of 8. Square root of 6 times square root of 8. All right, let's break 6 down. 2 times 3, of course, and 8 is 2 times 2. Now let's look at this one. Okay, so I have, 8 times another 2, right? Okay, so now I have one set of 2's. I have another set of 2's. 3 stays in. So my answer is 4 square root 3 is simplified. All right, now the last one, example 3. Okay, let's do 1 or 3A. Let's do 3A. All right, that is 32. And all this is in jail, right? 32 r squared, k to the 4th, t to the 5th. All right, now we're going to add some variables. Okay, let's take care of the 32 first, though. Okay, I know it's 8 times 4, and I know 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, and 4 is 2 times 2, isn't it? Okay, so let's take care of our solution out here for the first. I've got a set of 2's and another set of 2's, so 2 times 2 is 4 can come out. But I'm going to move over a little bit, so I've got space to put anything dealing with variables in here. And I can always rewrite my answer too. But I've got a 2 left in, don't I? Okay, and now, all right, so here's something that's pretty important. Okay, if I have r squared, okay, r squared means 1r comes out, doesn't it? This is just r times r. All right, so but if it's r to the 1st and it's only 1, it is also called the absolute value of r. Because it could be positive or negative, couldn't it? Okay, and k, well, I've got 4 k's. How many groups of 2 can come out? 2, correct? All right, and let's look at the t's. Well, the t's, how many t's are going to have partners? 2 of them, right? So that's why it's going to be t squared, but that's only 4 come out, and I've got 1 k that has to remain in. So I'm going to rewrite this, 4 absolute r, k squared, t squared, square root 2k. Okay, so that's that answer. Now let's do 3b. All right, so it is 56 xy to the 10th and z to the 5th. All right, so 56 first of all. Okay, what can we multiply together to get 56? Okay, well, we know it is 7 times 8. All right, and 8 again, so this is going to be 7 times 2 times 2 times 2, isn't it? All right, so let's look at this. Let's start with our answer over here. What can come out? One set of 2's. But what has to stay in? Well, the 7 times the 2 has to stay in, or 14 has to stay in. All right, X, he doesn't have a buddy. He's going to stay in, isn't he? Y, aren't there 5 pairs of Y's? Now, well, tell me about y to the 5th. Okay, y to the 5th means it's going to be absolute value again. All right, anytime, okay, so even exponents on the outside, just stay the normal variable. If they're odd exponents, they're going to be absolute values. Okay, and z to the 5th. Well, here again, how many pairs of z's can come out? 2, right? So that's z squared, and I gotta leave a z inside. So it is 2 y to the 5th, absolute, z squared, radical 14 xy. All right, let's see what you can do on your homework. And that is going to be page 631, 1 through 10. Oh, check your odds in the back. All right, this got very long.